In this course, the pattern draft technique and the flat pattern making techniques will be used for developing patterns. Flat pattern and sloper. As production of an individual order requires a lot of time and money, most consumers select clothes from ready to wear fashions, as I informed. Every piece of clothing requires a process to convert fabric into a garment. As earlier explained, patterns can be developed by adopting various techniques as per the suitability and convenience of the garment variant. Like the pattern drafting method that was demonstrated, another important variant widely adopted in the garment industry is the flat pattern making method. Flat patterns are patterns is an expression of clothing on paper as a method for creating an outline. This outline is most commonly used by clothing manufacturers to produce garments. Flat pattern making techniques were developed another industrial revolution. The development of the sewing machine and the introduction of mass production of clothes helped popularize this technique. In this unit, you will be introduced to this technique through a detailed step-by-step approach. Follow the instructions closely as this method will enable you to create patterns quickly and accurately on paper. Slopers. A pattern that is used in clothing development requires a sloper, a master pattern that allows a pattern maker to save time developing multiple garments such as shirts, jackets, trousers, and coats. The term sloper refers to a pattern that provides only the basic shape and fit of a particular garment type, such as a shirt or a trouser. If clothing is made to the exact dimension of the body, it will be uncomfortable for the wearer. Thus, the best sloper is intentionally simple and allows wearing ease to the drafted into the pattern. Once default size measurements have been drafted in the sloper, it can be transferred into several garments with various designs. The types of slopers used vary depending on age, sex, and article of clothing. For example, there are slopers for menswear, women's wear, and of course kids wear. Within these categories, there are body slopers, sleeve slopers, pant slopers, etc. It is important to note that a men's wear sloper, unlike a women's wear sloper, is not intended to fit the contour of the body. For menswear, there are different types of slopers such as shirt, jacket, and coat. These are based on the regular body sloper but have the additional specific wearing is required to facilitate the transformation into garments. Now let us draft sloper blocks of torso which comprising of front and back. These blocks also called sloper blocks, foundation pattern, mother pattern as I have already informed. The first step will be comprising of division of side depth, waistline and hip line. That will be total length of the torso block. Draw perpendicular line mark the intersection as A. A to B center back length, that is 64 centimeter. From B, draw perpendicular line. This line should be extended. B to C, half chest measurement. Which is 53 centimeter. A to D is also 53 centimeter. Now connect C and D. Now we have a rectangle shape which is having A to B center back length and B to C, that's a width of chest circumference. So A, B, C, D rectangle. Then A to E 43 centimeter, which is a waistline. A to F side depth, which is 23.5 centimeter. This will be point E and this will be point F. A to G shoulder blade depth, that will be 11.5 centimeter. This is also a shoulder seam. The yoke will be having the join here. Now draw perpendicular line from point E, F and G is a short perpendicular line. From point E, F, G, we have to draw perpendicular line and label the intersection of each perpendicular line on other side as H, I, now point J is 26.8 centimeter from point G. Give a cross mark, then label J. From J, draw a perpendicular line downward. Now from J to K, 5.8 centimeter. Then draw perpendicular line from point K upward. Now the intersected AD line of K line will be L. Then the intersected G line will be M. Now J to N will be 7.2 centimeter. Then from point N, draw perpendicular line. Draw perpendicular line as shown. Then the intersection will be O. With this, the step 1 concludes. After step 1, let us continue to step 2 from point O. Now, point P will be from A 7.5 centimeter. Then draw a perpendicular line from point P as shown. From point P to Q 3 centimeter. Point R is slant measured from point L 2.5 centimeter. Now draw a line from point Q passing through R and extend as shown. Point S is measured from point Q 15.8 centimeter, which is a shoulder. After marking point S, let us move to front block, which is front neck, that is point T. D to T is 7.2 centimeter. From point T, draw perpendicular line as shown in the demonstration. From T to U, measure 2.5 centimeter. From point to V from O, 2.3 centimeter. Now draw a shoulder line from point U passing through point V and extend as shown in the demo. From point U to X is a front shoulder which is 13.5 centimeter. Remember, front shoulder will be slightly lesser than back shoulder. 15.5 centimeter. This will be W, UVW. Now point X from point D will be 5.3 centimeter. Now From point N and K, draw a 45-degree angle, that is from point K and point N as shown in the demonstration. It should be 45-degree angle. Then from point N to Y will be 3 centimeter. It's a point Y. From K to Z, XYZ will be 3.5 centimeter. With this marking of measurement is completed, before moving to blending the curve lines of back neckline, front and armhole will be taken into next step. Now let us move to step 3, which completes the torso slope of front and back. Here, blending of armhole and neckline. So let us first blend the neckline as I am going to demonstrate. From point P, take a perpendicular line as shown, is a short perpendicular line. Then use a French curve and blend the front neckline. Then moving to back neckline, from point A approximately move perpendicular by 1 inch. See, here it should be straight for about an inch, then blend the back neckline. Now let us move to blend armhole. Before blending armhole, you need to mark mid armhole of the front and back shoulder line, which is already there as point M. Now measure from N to M and mark the midpoint, which is 10 centimeter. Which will be point MN OPQ. Point as Z1. Now connect point S and M with the dotted line and W and Z1 as shown in the demonstration. Mark the midpoint of Z1 and W and S and M. Then measure 4 mm in and 2 mm in. Then blend with French curve. Now continue with blending point Z1, T, Y and J. See, just you can follow the demonstration and connect point Z1, Y and J. See, remember this should be one continuous curve. Then this will be like this. Then connect J, Z and M. Here it can be done with free hand so that it will take a blend with the straight line. With this, blending of neckline armhole is complete in step 3 so that the sloper of the body's torso front and back completes, which can be now separated and transferred to a thick chart paper that can be used for various types of shirt patterns. This blocks will be, as I told, will be a foundation pattern and also called working pattern. Sleeve sloper block draft. Sleeve sloper block constructed based on the body's armhole measurement. First, you need to measure front and back armhole of the body's sloper, then add for total. So in this case, the body armhole total is 47 centimeter. Take a sheet, mark midpoint and draw a straight line. Approximately 5 centimeter below, mark a point A. From A, draw perpendicular line as shown in the illustration. Then point A, measure 5.5 centimeter on both sides. After measuring 5.5 centimeter from point A on either side of the point, then measure cap height A to B, which is 1/3 of total armhole minus 2 centimeter. So point B is cap height is 1/3 of total body's armhole minus 2 centimeter. In this case, it comes 13.6 centimeter. Then point A to C, sleeve length 58 centimeter. C to B half of CB plus 1 centimeter. That's 22.25 plus 1 centimeter, 23.25. Now draw perpendicular line from point B, D and C as shown in the demonstration. The perpendicular line to be drawn on either side of the points of B, D and C. Now point B to E to be taken intersection of half harmole, which is 23.5 centimeter, to be measured from point A. From point A, half harmole, that intersection to be taken on line B. The intersection point will be point E. Here I like to recall when I did the sleeve draft in the shirt pattern, I have used the same formula, same method. Here also I am taking the same, but the ease will be more when compared to the shirt sleeve pattern to the sloper pattern. Now B to E is intersection of half harmole from point A on the bicep line. Another point I would like to recall, the lines which here referred as bicep line, elbow line, which have also mentioned in shirt sleeve draft, and the wrist line. This will be considered as a cap line. I'll again continue. B to E is the intersection of A to E of half total body's hormone. Now B to F is same as B to E. So you can take the same measurement on other side. This will be point F. Now D to G will be 2 centimeter less than B to E. So which is 19.2, here it will be 17.2. And D to H is equal to D to G. Remember, the sides of both will be symmetrical. Point G and H. Now draw a line by connecting point EG and continue till the wrist line. Can be drawn to other side also by connecting F, H and continue to again wrist line. Now the intersect at the wrist line will be I and J. Now moving to the bicep line, the B to F can be divided into 8 parts, B to F, and B to E can be 4 parts, or vice versa. Here the right hand side will be the front sleeve, this is a front, and here it will be a back. So front should be divided by 4, that is distance of BF, and distance of BE divided by 8. That means the distance from here to here to be made 8 parts and 1 part to be taken into consideration. This can be divided, or you can also, with the help of measuring tape, you can have 4 equal parts, which is 4.6 centimeter this side, and half of that will be other side. Now this point can be named as point K and L. Now mark point M, which is midpoint of AB. Now connect point L and 5.5, which is marked earlier, on the cap line, and K and 0.5 centimeter again on the cap line marked earlier. See, you can just follow the illustration or demonstration. Then after connecting L and 5.5 centimeter on the cap line, from point M, draw a perpendicular line and mark the intersection here as I demonstrated. Taken perpendicular and marked on the K and 5.5 centimeter mark on cap line. So this can be marked as OP. Now blending of cap line, that's a harmonic. Use French curve and follow the method I am going to use here to blend the harmonic. From point A, you need to place the French curve like this. From point A and P to be kept like this. Remember, the line should start here from point A, approximately quarter-inch straight, then connect to point P, which should merge with the straight line as I blended with the point P. So this is kept like this. Now turn it to other side and follow the same method of blending the point A to point O. Earlier I kept like this and taken point A approximately 1/4 inch straight from point A and connected to point P with the again straight line. Then turn the French curve to other side and connected point A and point O. Remember, this should merge in the straight line. Now it should be closely watched. It was like this and it was like this in the front harmonic. Now the French curve to be tilted twice as I do in the demonstration. It was like this, turn it to this side and again second turn like this, then bring it here, connect point F and P with the merging of A and P curve line. You have to be very careful. It should be continuously one curve line. There shouldn't be any break. So have blended such a way that here also it start with straight line, then take a curve and merge with the point P approximately 1 inch away from the point, not exactly connecting to the point P. It's a art of blending. By practicing you can familiarize. Now repeat this for other side. So it was kept like this. I turn it this way and second turn this way. I'll repeat again. It was kept like this. First tilt vertically, then horizontally, then bring it to the point O and E. Now you can see the curve line. It is one continuous curve. There is no any breakage. This to be done. So if the draft is not coming once, anyhow you are drafting with the help of pencil. If it is not taking continuous, then you can erase and redo and achieve the perfect one. See, after drafting this, the big challenge is this hormone circumference should match with the circumference of the body hormone plus ease with the ease allowance. That is called cappies. In this case, in the sloper, it will be plus 2 centimeter. You can use the flexible ruler or scale and measure, or else using the measuring tape itself you can measure like this, which I have shown in the pattern making while doing the separations. It can be measured like this. It will be plus 2 centimeter with the cap ease. That is to be adjusted within the cap line we also call crown area, so that the turning will takes place very easily. When you use this block to convert into shirt sleeve, this ease can be reduced or increased by manipulating the cap height and bicep. With this I am completing the shirt sleeve sloper draft. After drafting slopers of bodies and sleeve, let us move to the bottom garment, that's a bifurcated garment, trouser or pant. Here we are going to see the trouser pattern with narrow shape, which can be used as a sloper block, as I told you, as a foundation pattern in the pattern making lab. We are going to draft the same size, that is 32 waist and hip is 38. The measurement is given in the measurement chart. So in this we have two parts, that is front leg and back leg. In front leg we are going to have two steps. After that, using front leg we can derive the back leg, again which also comprising step 1 and step 2. Let us move to draft the front leg first. Draw a perpendicular line and extend as demonstrated. Mark the intersection at right hand top as A. A to B 98 centimeter. From point A to B is side seam length 102 centimeters. Which is excluding waistband. A to C crotch depth 25 centimeters. C to D 8 centimeter, which is 1/3 of AC. E is, before applying E, square or draw perpendicular line from point D, C and B. D to E 1/4 of hip circumference minus half, which is 23.5 centimeter. From E, draw perpendicular line upward and downward as demonstrated. This intersection will be point F and this will be G. F to H is 4 centimeter, which is 1/16 of if circumference. I is midpoint of C and H, which is also a crease line. I is midpoint of CH. From I, draw perpendicular line upward and downward, as I told, is a crease line. This to be continued till the bottom line. The intersection at hemline will be point J. Now let us mark point K and L. J to L is 10 centimeter, which is a part of M circumference at the bottom. And J to L is also 10 centimeter. It's a point K and point L. Point M is forms at the knee line, which is off to off of C to B plus 2 centimeter, that is 36.5 plus 2 centimeter will be 40. Square out on both sides. Half of JIRBC plus 2 centimeter forms the point M. Now from M to N 11 centimeter. M to O is also 11 centimeter. Now join L and O this is point N and this will be point O. Now from C, point C, measure 3 mm in. Now join point K, N and 3 mm mark. With the straight ruler, and connect L and O to as shown in the diagram. From point H, extend for 5 mm. Then connect with the straight line. With this, step 1 in the front leg sloper concludes. Let us move to step 2 using the step 1 draft. Divide H and O into 3 divisions, which is 1/3 of H and O, is it 12.2 millimeter, and give a cross mark. And C and N into 2 divisions, which is 18 centimeter, where need to give cross mark. In 1/3 mark 4 mm inside. In half a mark, that is towards side seam, connect with the straight line by measuring 3 mm. Now this would be blended with the hip curve. Just you need to follow the way I place the hip curve and blend the marks already marked. Now this to be C to be blended at point D. Now blending of crotch line and waistline. For crotch line, from point G to P, measure 12 mm. from point G to P 12 mm. Now connect point P and E with a straight line. From point P to R will be 1/4 of waist plus half centimeter, that is 20 centimeter. The intersection of crease line at the waistline will be point Q, and P to R will be 1/4 of waist plus half centimeter or 5 mm is allowance. From point R, measure 8 mm up. Then blend the waist arc using hip curve or as shown in the demonstration. And blend side seam again as demonstrated. Getting into crotch line, draw a 45-degree angle from the point F and measure 2.8 centimeter. Then connect to the half centimeter mark through point H. With this, the front sloper leg is concludes. Let us now recap the sequences. See, after completing the sloper draft of front leg, we need to recap the sequences like have drawn A to B side seam, A to C hip depth, A to D or C to D 1/3 of C to A to locate the hip line, then D to E 1/4 of the hip circumference plus half centimeter, then squared up for the point G, square down for point F, then 1/16 of a hip circumference, that is 4 centimeter, to locate the point H. Then I is midpoint of C and H. Then square down all the way to hemline and locate point J. Then from J to K, front leg bottom hem circumference. Then J to L, other part of, or the measurement equal to J and K. This and this will be similar measurement. Then from C 3 mm, then connect C and K. Before connecting, we have measured knee measurement, that's 11 centimeter on either side, marked N and O, then connected with the straight line. Then connected N and C with the straight line, marked midpoint, connected O and H plus half centimeter and marked 1/3 of OH. Then on the marking measured 4 mm in, 3 mm in at side seam. Then blended with the help of hip curve on both side, out seam and in seam. Then move to shape waistline and crotch line, of course side seam. The crotch line from G to P 12 mm, then 1/4 of the waist arc, then 8 mm up, then mark point Q, mark point R, then point R, then connected point R and P to blend the waist arc. Then move to from point P to E with the straight line. Then drawn the 45-degree angle where 2.8 centimeter marking, then blend the crotch line of the front. Moving to side seam, connect point 8 mm mark and point D at hip line, at hip level, and blend the side seam. With this we are completing the front leg. This can be also done repeatingly to familiarize and memorize the sequences. Using this front leg, we are going to derive back leg or back sloper, which can be later used to do various types of trouser patterns.